Hi guys, this is Harish. Today's video we are going to discuss about Salesforce collaborative forecasting, which is a built-in feature and it allows each and every person in a sales organization to forecast and to track the sales at any point of time. It has vast advantages. It is easy to maintain and it is a foolproof way to track and forecast at any point of time, and it increases the efficiency and it motivates each and every individual of an organization whenever they close an opportunity so they can see their progress at any point of time. So let's open our application and set up forecast. So if the forecast menu is not available over here, we can check in app launcher. Yeah, so first thing we need to do is enable forecast for this user. So let's go to setup, search users. So click edit for the current login user, which is Lin9 in this case. So ensure you always allow forecasting checkbox is checked. So come down and save. So once we have enabled forecasting for each of the users, so there is another step to set up forecasting. So let's say forecast settings from quick find box, and we can add a forecast type. So we can add up to 4 forecast types, but in this video we are going to add one type. So you can see still the forecast option forecast of the forecasts are not displayed at all. So let's come back here and let's say add a forecast type. So I'm going to stick to default values. So select a forecast measurement, whether you wanted to forecast based on the quantity or based on the revenue, and you can also check forecast types, which object you want to select over here, and then select a forecast date type. So I just want to stick to default values, and then it comes to the list of fields you want to show in the forecast menu. So it's like, whenever we select a particular forecast row or for a particular quarter, so the related opportunities are displayed below, and what columns you want to show in that particular screen, so we can select over here. So we can probably select any of the columns and just click on this add icon, add arrow, and if you want to remove, you can just select this from the right and just remove. And we can also adjust the rows, like, so the the rows up and down, so that it will be displayed from left to right in the menu. So we'll see once the forecast is enabled. So we'll say OK, and now make sure we have show quotas for now, and we will come back to these settings later. Yeah, so now when we come back and refresh the screen, so we will see there are some forecasts available for Anlin, and then there are related opportunities for each quarter. So let's say I select this and the values are automatically updated. So you can see the columns which are displayed, which are the ones we selected, choosing from left and right in that particular screen setup over here. Yeah, so over here. So now the current login user can check his forecast and also the people who report under him. So we can see the forecast figures available for this particular user who report to the login user. So let me show you the organization hierarchy. So now we can go to setup and look for forecast. So go to forecast hierarchy. So here we can see the hierarchy is already present for the current login user. So he is vice president of international sales. So under him there is a person and then he has few more sales reps under him. So we can add or remove anytime based on the available users, and we can just edit and make sure we have a proper hierarchy. So now as we logged in with vice president user login, so he can see the forecasts of the international sales manager and international sales rep. So the next step is mapping an opportunity stage to a particular forecast category. So it is very important to have proper mapping because our forecast values may completely change if the mapping is not proper. So based on our likelihood of winning a particular opportunity, so we can set the threshold and we can see the values over here. So let's set that by going to setup and go to object manager and look for the object opportunities, and let's go to fields and relation and search for stage, and then we have the list of values for each stage of a opportunity. So there is a mapping already present for a particular forecast category. So probably we can edit a particular stage, let's say value proportion. So we can say that it is mapped to commit instead of the best case, or let's just leave it to best case. But yeah, and we can also set the probability of winning the particular opportunity at this particular category, and let's just say save. So the similar way we can edit any of the particular forecast category, and we can save it. To set up and search for forecast, and just make sure in forecast hierarchy there is a person who is international sales manager. If not, just try to enable user and just assign a user here, so that we have a person who is having few sales rep under him, but he can override the forecast which is done by clock. Now let's just create a permission set so that the vice president can override the values set by the international sales manager or anyone who is under him. So let's create a yeah so let's create a new permission set. Let's say one. Yeah, so now here we'll go to app permissions, and we'll just enable override forecast which is under sales. Just a save. And the next thing is go to manage assignment and click add assignment and select the user whom you want to give this permission set. So now we'll enable the override forecast permission for the sales user profile. So let's go to profiles. Let's check for custom sales user. Yeah, custom sales profile, sorry. Click edit and search for override. Yeah, search for override forecast option and enable it, which is under general sales general user permission, and let's say save. So in order to adjust any value in let's say commit field, So what we can do is, right now it doesn't enable the adjustment option. So what we have to do is, let's log out back and go to the system administrator profile, and then search for forecast settings. Yeah, so right now we have only one forecast type, which is opportunity revenue. So let's scroll down and make sure we enable these options: enable manager adjustment and enable owner adjustments. And let's say save. So once we have saved, let's go back to users and log in as clog. Yeah, so once we have logged in as clog, we can go to forecast. Then we can see there is a pencil icon available now, so we can adjust the value. Let's say $10,000, and we say adjustment. So let's say save. So now you can see that forecast manager can adjust the values, and now there is an option when you hover over it. So it shows that who has adjusted the value and what is his comment and what is without adjustments. So let's go back to administrator profile. So once you sign out, come back to sales application and check for forecasts. So the adjustment will be still be reflecting here, like who has adjusted. So it says Ann Lin subordinates have adjusted some $10,000. So we can still edit it, and he can add his own adjustments. So that's how it works, because we have given permission sets for Ann Lin to override the forecast. So now that we have assigned a forecast manager, let's set a quota for each sales rep. So to do that, we can go to setup, then search for quota. Yeah, click on forecast quota, then let's say show quota. So right now you can see there is no quota for the current quarter for any of the employees, even for the sales rep. So let's do one thing, let's set quota for Alec. So let's say 100,000 for quarter 1, and let's say for quarter 2 some value, and also for quarter 3. So once we set the quota, we can come back and refresh this. So we can see there is a quota being set for quarter 2, 3 and 4. So let's say yeah, well, let's set quarter 1 also some value. Yes, so now we can see the quota percentage, like if it is attained. So if it is not enabled, just make sure you check this option. And now we can have a complete information of what is the closed opportunities so far, what are the committed opportunities, and for the current quarter what is the quota, and the coming quarters what is the quota. So we will have entire opportunity information and the forecast information. So this kind of gives a motivation to every employee that to reach their goals, and as soon as they close some opportunity, they will feel it as a motivated factor. So that's how our Salesforce inbuilt forecast tool works. Thank you very much for watching the video.